Hi, everybody. My name is Rebecca De Jesus. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Environmental Sciences, and I am a landscape ecologist, and I'm interested in studying how human activities degrade the ecosystem services that we rely on for our health and well-being. And so I've often studied this topic using insects with an aquatic life stage as indicators. And with that same approach, I've been recently using mosquitoes as a study organism to kind of tie all of these topics together of land use and human health and well-being. And so today I'll just share with you a couple of projects that I've been working on this year and that I'm going to continue working on this summer. So first, we have a study in the city of New Orleans. We're collaborating with the New Orleans Mosquito Control Board. We conducted a 5-month survey of the mosquitoes that are in different parts of the city, collecting mosquitoes on a bi-weekly basis. And we wanted to see how they vary depending on environmental factors, such as heat, severity, and canopy cover. And we found that, as predicted, there are different mosquito species present in different parts of the city, and their distribution corresponds to these environmental gradients. And so some of these species transmit certain diseases, some of them transmit other diseases, and some of them are better at transmitting diseases than others. And so understanding where they're located across the city and what drives these patterns is important for being able to predict the distribution of disease patterns in the city in the future. Another study that I conducted last year involved not only the environmental aspect, but also the socioeconomic components. We compared a low-income neighborhood here in Baton Rouge with a high-income neighborhood in terms of the relative abundances of different mosquito vectors. And we found that on the low-income neighborhood, there was a higher proportion of the Asian tiger mosquito, which is a known vector for things like dengue and Zika and chikungunya. And the reason why we see more of this mosquito in the low-income neighborhood is associated to factors related to blight, like abandoned properties and a great abundance of discarded trash, in particular discarded tires. And so this summer, I'm going to expand on some of these projects, looking at specifically of what the mosquitoes are feeding on. We're working with the Louisiana Mosquito Control Board, testing their blood feeding patterns according to environmental gradients and seeing if those mosquitoes that live in more natural locations feed more frequently on wildlife versus humans. And so I would be happy to share the results of that by the end of the summer. And if you're interested in knowing more about my work or in being involved in it, this is my email. Feel free to email me and I'll be happy to chat. Thank you.